thousands of infected in a week. The virus causes fits of madness. People are dying but then rising from the dead. Hordes of zombies already number in millions.
This issue of overpopulation is becoming too acute. But how do you propose to solve it? In 2021, some Chinese citizens were infected with an unknown virus. The virus turned them into zombies. Due to the high population density, the virus spread very quickly. The government deployed the army to contain the disease. Every day, the virus was spreading to new territories. Thanks to discipline and coordinated work, the troops in the central district quickly organized a defense line, unlike the eastern part of the country. Desperate groups of soldiers are trying to resist the zombie armies alone. To support China, advanced units from the UN and the US were sent to the infected area.
We need the support! It's hellfire down here! Hurry up, or we're all gonna die!
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, but the good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it doubts, not what I'm about, I'll be fucking cloud. If you're raining out, I keep making sound, go another round, since I'm looking bound, can't stop me now.
What do you see? It is nothing. ahead. Excellent. Hey, look! There is an open door over there. We need to hide there. This story originates in 2022, when an unknown Chinese citizen infected with a deadly disease arrived in Italy. The zombie virus, as it will be called in the future, began to spread rapidly across the Italian land, affecting more and more countryballs. The Italian army has begun attempts to contain the disease by introducing quarantine. It was possible to strengthen in the area of Florence and in Sicily. Everything to the south has become a dead territory entirely controlled by zombies. A horde of zombies went to the north of Italy, where the main part of the Italian army is holding the defense.
Captain! Yes, we can't hold back the onslaught of zombies! Then I'll ask for help from Switzerland. My money! Lots of my money! Who can it be? I'm listening. Switzerland, help! We have hordes of zombies here. We urgently need your help. A horde of zombies? Yes. Ew. Sorry, I'm busy.
This is how Switzerland met the zombie apocalypse. The Italian army had to retreat to the Arno River, where the local population managed to build fortifications. In Corsica, French intelligence saw the plight of the Italian army. For support, it was decided to cover the retreat with artillery fire. Thanks to this shelling, it was possible to destroy one of the leaders of the zombies, which slowed down the advance of the horde to the north of Italy.
Hey, what are we doing here? Zombies can't swim anyway. Let's go to bed. Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Holding the defense on the Arno River, the Italian army is evacuating civilians and wounded from the cities of Pisa and Florence, distributing them to temporary detention camps. That's how the virus began to spread in the quarantine zone. France, fearing for its people, creates a buffer zone on the border from Nice to Geneva, evacuating all border settlements.
Maybe evacuate our citizens from China? Yes, you're right. We need to send a plane for them.
On
Only the French. Attention. Only the French. You. Poland? No, you're Poland. Greece? Your plane hasn't arrived yet. Go on. Oh. You! The zombies are already here! Run! The plane with the infected arrived in Paris at Charles de Gaulle Airport. Ooh, my love. Gentlemen, a moment of your attention. Well, the situation in the world is tense. The main areas of infection is China, Italy, and France. Unverified information about outbreaks of the virus on all continents. Aye. It is necessary to destroy all infected with a nuclear strike. No, Korea! Just close air and sea communication between countries and bring in UN troops. The UN decides to land troops at Gargano National Park. It was from there that the infection of Italy began. Meanwhile, the zombies crossed the strait and got to Sicily. Panic enveloped the island. People began to evacuate chaotically to Sardinia, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, unaware that they are spreading a dangerous virus. Hordes of zombies are moving north towards Brussels and the English Channel. Belgium is panicking, but Luxembourg urges them to remain calm and appeals to Germany for help. Germany! You! Send troops to France! To send troops to France through Belgium? Yeah. Hit the zombies with a blitz. Blitz? Poland is mine.
Today, November 11th, Poland celebrates the National Independence Day. Also, on this day, the First World War was over. Congratulations to the world and the Polish people on this day.
Poland? Guten Tag, Poland. We need to help France. How did I end up here? There is no time to explain. Follow me. Poland, you're with us. At the very beginning of the epidemic, the Italian army suffered heavy losses and was forced to constantly retreat. San Marino provided support using old cannons with cores for this. The front line shifted to the Arno River. Rome was surrounded. The remaining units rallied to defend Rome and the Vatican. Thus began the Great Battle for Rome. Thanks. Damn! Sir, zombies are coming. I agree. Rome is surrounded by zombies. Our headquarters is here, in the Castel Sant'Angelo. There are reports that zombies are already in the city. There is no organized defense. The soldiers are scattered chaotically around the city. In the north, zombies were able to cross the river, so a new line of defense will take place here. I suggest that everyone who is west of this line retreat and destroy the bridges. What about the others? Are we really going to abandon them? There is nothing we can do to help them. Any attempt will lead to even greater losses. Lift me up. Yeah. Zombies! Zombies! Lift me up!
Two UN detachments were sent to explore and establish a foothold on the coast of Italy.
I told you to hold your gun tighter! Land! I see land ahead!
Damn fuck. I can't see anything. Your task: to gain a foothold on the shore and organize communication.
Yes, sir!
I'm going to do some scouting. As soon as we are sure of safety, we will call the main forces.
Sir, yes, sir!
What is it? It looks like zombies are poisoning the soil. It looks like some kind of egg. Down here! Help! What happened here? Zombie. They are raising an army. They use the living as an incubator. These eggs, these are my comrades. The same is waiting for me. Jesus, dude, my grandma throws better. We need to get the hell out of here now!
I think we were reckless when we evacuated our citizens from China. I completely agree with you on this one. But now we won't be so stupid. Look, I've got a plan on saving Paris. As we all know, the contamination started in Charles de Gaulle Airport. The police fortifications could not hold back zombies long enough and were overrun quickly. But thanks to our front military units holding key points, we were able to distract the horde and win some time to build stronger fortifications in central part of the city. In order to control crowds of zombies, we can lure them in narrow streets, build some traps or obstacles, and then burn them with napalm. Oh, monsieur, I think Americans would love that idea. We created an artillery outpost in Gennevieve. They do a great job at holding back the horde and protecting our front lines. Plus, the river Seine is a perfect obstacle for zombies. But won't the zombies be able to walk along the bottom of the river like in Italy? I anticipated your question, monsieur. That's why we mined the river. Excellent plan, as reliable as Swiss watch. Reliable plan, huh? Like a Swiss watch, they said. But in reality, Chinese bootleg. Give me some shells! But sir, there's nothing left! Huh? Indeed, it's empty. Hey soldiers, do you want to taste these French bread rolls?
What bread rolls? We have nothing to shoot with!
Oh, Oh, I have some bread rolls just for you.
Baguette? Again?
Load it into the cannon. Fine. Mon Dieu.
Do you got any more of them?
Zombies are already in Gennevieve! They are using sewers! You hear me? They are in the sewers! Merci.
While French army was desperately defending Paris, Allied forces used drastic measures. Germany, allied with Luxembourg and Poland, arrived at French and Belgian borders using German vehicles. Luxembourg was relying on Germany's swift attack on zombie horde, just like they did in the past. It was decided to destroy the Eurotunnel connecting France and England in order to prevent contamination by land. British Albion has been turned into fortress. This fortress became key center to fight and stop the zombie epidemic.
Alas, here comes the desperate times. Europe is on fire again. And life that we deserve is lost. Whatever.
I'm sorry, Your Highness, but we got no time for dilly-dally. So here's the briefing. The French are about to lose Paris, and zombies seem to be very smart and organized. According to our recon, there is an Alpha in the city of Amiens. Special troopers will be sent airborne to disrupt and eliminate Alpha. This will disorganize the horde, and then we will surround the horde and crush them into pieces with one swift strike. But who is brave enough to jump right into the hellfire? Wow! It's Andjobe's elite fire team! For just $2 a month, you can become one of them! I got some badasses just for this occasion. They're the bravest and best soldiers I've ever met. That's perfect. Move out, right now.
Man, those maps are hard to navigate. Whatever. Okay, Google, make a route to Amiens.
Road create. 5 minutes until destination.
Sweet! Ready in 5 minutes.
Okay, gentlemen. You were chosen because you're the best. That's why you jump right into the hellfire. Goal is simple. Divide into groups, locate the Alpha, and eliminate on sight. Disoriented zombies won't pose a threat, so you can safely use boats to get to the English Channel along the Somme. The British Navy ship will pick you up once you arrive. In order to make yourself stealthier, please put on these latex suits. You look so good. Thanks. Why are you so fat, Russia?
You have arrived at your destination.
Green light, everybody.
You are the hope of Paris and all France. Break the enemy and return safe and sound. Godspeed. While Andjobe's elite troops landed in the city of Amiens to carry out sabotage in the rear of the zombies, the German army annexed the Maginot Line and deployed guns in the direction of France to guard its border. Thus, it was possible to organize a solid line of defense from Switzerland to Luxembourg. Belgium, under the command of Luxembourg, with the support of the Netherlands and Germany, conducted an active offense to drive the zombies away from the nature reserves and dense forests, thus preventing the growth of the zombie horde. In Italy, the message from the quarantine zone has stopped. French border guards began to notice small groups of zombies in the buffer zone. Austria also reports zombies near its borders. From that moment on, the north of Italy is considered lost. Due to supply problems and risk of being surrounded, the troops on the Arno River are forced to surrender their positions and retreat to the fortress of San Marino. San Marino and Rome, with the support of the Vatican, are still on the defense, but for how long? In Europe, Poland has become a new hotbed of infection. There are reports of zombie attacks everywhere in the city of Gdansk. The local government could not take action quickly, and all 750,000 people living there joined the ranks of zombies. Gdynia became the next fallen city. In the west, the forest area has turned into a pasture for growing eggs and creating a new hordes of zombies. Heavy weapons were sent from NATO military bases to deter and eliminate the threat. At the request of Poland, the Russian Baltic Fleet began a massive artillery bombardment of coastal cities, which to some extent helped to contain the infection.
Hurry up! We don't have much time! Close it! "10,000 people on board.
Excellent. I've never met such a cheap labor force. Here's your money.
People are willing to work for food just to get away from here.
In the summer of 2022, a ship with infected refugees left the port of Qingdao and arrived in the United States 10 days later, where it crashed on the coast of California. The containers opened and the virus began to spread uncontrollably in the western United States. The National Guard forces were alerted, but the unclear status of the situation made it difficult to contain the infected until Plan 8888 was adopted.
If a zombie apocalypse were to happen, the last place...
After the shipwreck, the zombies began their expansion into Northern California. Dense forests of national parks allowed zombies to move unnoticed. Small towns could not fight back because of the uncertain situation. One by one, the inhabitants of the cities joined the ranks of zombies. Finally, having created a horde, the zombies headed to San Francisco, Oakland, and Sacramento. Thanks to rumors about zombies, residents of Santa Rosa, together with the police, were able to organize a defense, but were surrounded.
Yeah, boy!
I think we got them. That's for sure.
Commander, we're surrounded in Santa Rosa. We require evacuation.
And who's your opponent?
Zombies, sir.
Are you sure about this, Lieutenant?
That's right, sir. We caught one. It's a zombie. Just like in the movies.
Hey, you two! Go away! Did I make myself unclear?
Stupid people. Understood. Hang on, guys. Help is on the way. So, things are bad. Northern California is infected. Our enemy is a zombie. Therefore, the Plan 888 is activated. Stage 1, Intelligence Service. We need to study the enemy in order to take effective methods of dealing with him. For our safety, we send drones to the infected area. Stage 2, General Mobilization. We need to arm the whole country so that everyone can defend themselves on their own. On Stage 3, we are quarantining the entire West Coast. No one will leave this area until further notice. Stage 4, Fortifications. In order to reduce the risk of infecting the country, it is necessary to build walls from north to south in Nevada. It is also necessary to strengthen all military facilities in the western part of the country. Santa Rosa is requesting support. Send an AC-130 there. Send the National Guard and armored divisions to Sacramento and San Francisco. And God bless you. We're here. Target acquired.
Open fire!
America began to build a protective barrier and pull together an army to strengthen. Area 51 has become the main zombie control center on the West Coast. AC-130 is circling over Santa Rosa to provide fire support. The National Guard from the Air Force bases went to the defense of San Francisco and Sacramento. The drones sent for reconnaissance disappeared in the thick fog without transmitting any information. Meanwhile, zombies have launched an offensive on San Francisco via the Golden Gate Bridge.
Damn traffic jams! Hey, take it easy, gringo. Relax, muchachos. Damn, cops.
Send reinforcement to the Golden Gate! There are a lot of rabid people here! They're eating us!
Looks like they need help.
I don't want to die!
Relax, it's just a scratch. Hey, gringo, what do you have here? People went crazy. Everyone is attacked and bitten. We received an order to shoot to kill and hold out until the military arrives. We're here to help. See? Excellent. Follow me. Damn zombies. Die already! I'm out of grenades. There were more in the trunk. All right. What the fuck? Just my imagination. Oh, the army! Go!
The 7th Army Corps of the US Army has arrived to protect the Golden Gate Bridge. At this time, they were covered by the 1st Squadron of the US Air Force consisting of Black Hawk helicopters. Special forces had been sent from Oakland to Richmond to contain the disease and isolate civilians. By this time, the zombies had crossed the Alfred Zampa Memorial Bridge and using the forest went south to the city of Lafitte. The forces of the 17th Cavalry Regiment are advancing on Sacramento through Stockton. Cargo aircraft drops weapons and supplies on the city, thereby arming all civilians.
Huh?
Get down from there! I can't, there's zombies there! Oh! Hey, thanks, pal. I'm out of bullets. And I broke the bed. Hey, look! There's a note here. Let's see. It says, don't let the infected take over the city. Hold the defense until the arrival of the US Army. God save America! Huh? Sir! Urgent report, sir. The connection with Santa Rosa is lost. Go on. The AC-130 can no longer provide support due to thick fog over the city. All our drones disappeared into it without a trace. I think our business is bad. Why did the zombies stop attacking? I don't know, man. Guess they were just scared of our Air Force. Stay sharp. It looks very suspicious. The fog is thickening. God only knows what lurks in it. Why is he so calm all of a sudden? No idea. I think he feels something. What in the God's name can he possibly feel? It's a brainless creature. HQ? HQ, come in! Can anyone hear me? Where is the aviation? Why aren't we being evacuated? Hey, wake up! Ow! Oh, what? Zombies? Where? I think I see some movement. Stay sharp. Someone hears me. The city is lost. There are no more survivors. End of transmission. Santa Rosa is lost. In Oregon, infected people have been spotted in Eugene and Salem. Zombies still move only through forest without going out into the open. Acting preemptively, it was decided to burn the city of Portland to the ground and evacuating all the living to Vancouver. From the very coast of the Pacific Ocean to the city of Hermiston, the 8th U.S. Corps of Engineers mined the Columbia River because there were reports from Europe that zombies can move underwater. Washington State was well fortified and also received the support of the 4th Division of the Canadian Land Forces, including artillery.
So, what do we have here?
Sir, we have invited Israeli scientists. They have interesting developments regarding the zombie epidemic. Shalom, my friend.
Huh? Okay, so what did you learn?
Zombies are not dead, but living organisms. The virus kills consciousness in a person, but retains basic functions and instincts. We have identified several types of zombies. Level 1 is a newly infected person, extremely slow and stupid. It is easy to kill by any means at hand. One by one, they do not pose a threat, but gathering in a horde can create problems. Level 2, adapted infected. Among the features, increased speed, rudiments of reason, and strong skin that can withstand the burst of a machine gun. There is another, third level. Very reasonable and extremely fast. But they, as we know, come from X, which some infected become.
X? What kind of X?
Yes, sir. Zombies infect a person with something. Thus, over time, it becomes an egg. These eggs are needed to accelerate mutation and grow an army of zombies. That is why, in Italy, the number of zombies was many times more than the population. To feed the eggs, a biological root system is used, which covers the surface and takes nutrients from the ground. This whole system emits a lot of moisture, which generates fog, which act as a disguise and creates a microclimate for eggs.
Huh. Now that makes sense, I guess.
But wait, there's more. Zombies have been spotted, which are probably alphas. There's a suspicion that zombies have a collective mind, and the alpha gives them orders. Therefore, many lines of defense have fallen.
Well, that explains why zombies in California move only through forests.
That's right. In addition, forest is a perfect place for growing eggs.
How blind we were. Probably these roots covered the trees and shut down all our drones, right?
Well, maybe, sir. But we have great news. We have made a prototype of a vaccine and are ready to test it right now.
Good. Then get started then.
And boy, do we have a perfect test subject for this. Hey, wake up! General's here!
General! So, who is your test subject?
Yeah, some immigrant. We caught him on the Mexican border. Turned out he was infected, and we delivered him here. Oh, this is the place. Please.
He doesn't look like a zombie to me.
Oh, does he? One moment.
What was that?
Well, now he's definitely infected. Don't worry about that. Look, the most important thing is a vaccine, and we are going to test it. Shoot it!
Holy fuck!
I think vaccine doesn't work, and we need to get the hell out of here. Well, thanks, Captain Obvious. Come on, hit me!
How about this? Oh. God damn it! Why you always win? Well, guess I have a talent. That's bullshit! You're cheating! Raise the alarm! Load AP rounds! Mutant is here. Die, scum! Hold him! I'll get back up. Fine. You heard the general. Get a move on. You see anything? Yeah! Jesus, he's gigantic! I think we got him. Great work, maggots. Move out. Give him hell, boys. Hey, look. We crack his armor. Aim for the brain.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket was launched.
There was a nuclear explosion in Area 51. What's it? A pure accident or a planned action to cover up the traces of a bad experience? And most importantly, who initiated the rocket launch?
Have experiments been carried out? Has the zombie virus been studied in Area 51?
Quiet, dear fellow citizens. Do not panic. The situation is completely under control. No experiments were carried out. There was just a technological accident.
Mr. President, eyewitnesses report a rocket in the sky before the explosion.
This is our weather probe flying by. That's it. I've given you exhaustive answers. Let's end here.
Go ahead.
This is the entrance to the bunker.
Good. We go in, clean up all traces of the trials, and leave. We need to open the gate.
Maybe you shouldn't do this?
We need to make sure that all traces of research are destroyed. Open it. What is it?
An epidemic of zombie virus has spread across the vast territory in China. Efforts to contain it have proven to be ineffective, and panic has gripped the nation. UN troops have suffered heavy losses due to the absence of stable front line. New outbreaks of disease were constantly emerging in the rear at a high speed, creating a threat of encirclement. The surviving units are gradually retreating towards the coast. The Chinese army troops holding the city of Shandai suffered a defeat and joined the ranks of zombies, heading towards the city of Changsha. 10 million people were in danger. Hospitals in many major cities, where people were trying to get help, became a new source of disease spread. Once communication with support points was lost, they were bombarded with massive artillery strikes. The inability to control the panicked population has forced the government to resort to a total cleanup in the following regions of China: Hubei and Henan. According to some reports, over 80 million people in these areas have joined the ranks of zombies. These territories were recognized as irretrievably lost, and the military began to eradicate any biological species for 100% isolation of the virus. The armored vehicles are forming defensive formations, not letting anyone out of the strike zone, while aviation and artillery are delivering heavy blows. This helped to break and halt the hordes of the zombies that were actively advancing into densely populated areas, but it did not stop the spread of the virus. The armored vehicles continued to slowly advance forward, clearing territories and killing anyone they encountered along the way: zombies, soldiers, and even civilians. The troops of Western China are holding their ground at the foothills of the Tibetan mountains with great success. It is unknown why, but strong winds and low temperatures emanating from Tibet are greatly impeding the zombie horde's advance to the west. To the east of Xi'an, one of the most vulnerable sections of the front, zombies were heading north towards the Great Wall of China. The army lacked the strength to stop their advance, and the armored units had ran out of ammunition and fuel. In a hurry, the inhabitants of Gansu and Ningxia provinces were sent to build a southern extension of the Great Wall to prevent the zombies from flanking them. The Great Wall of China is an excellent barrier against the zombies' northern movement. In the province north of the wall, a mobilization has begun to defend China. Mongolia has offered its assistance and united its forces to send troops.
The day has come when Mongolia will show the world its greatness. Let's show these disgusting zombies whose horde is stronger.
But sir, why do we need bows? And horse is not even real.
Silence! These are the attributes of great Mongolia. We honor our ancestors. Forward! The wall is close.
I think he's crazy. Yeah, that's why I brought normal weapons and the truck.
The great Khan and his horde has finally arrived to conquer, to defend your wall.
Great! Please follow me.
The central gates are open, and we continue to receive refugees. The zombies are not too many. They were spotted here, here, and over here. Our front-line forces are managing to eliminate the threat so far. Engineers are setting up barbed wire and minefields, while snipers keep watch over rocky terrain to prevent any sneak attacks. The Mongolian forces arrived just in time. We've stationed them in the most vulnerable areas where we lacked our own fighters. 2 50mm machine guns are mounted on towers, and one is at the gate. Recently, the Engineering Corps sent us 10 120mm mortars, and the Mongolians brought a cannon. It may not be much, but we have enough ammunition for them. I think we can hold out.
Do you think we're going to make it or not? With this, it's hard to say.
Now this is the territory of the Great Horde! And the China, of course.
Zombies! Zombies at the walls!
Asia is ablaze, with China struggling to contain the infected. Japan, an iron nation that offered hope for salvation, has also been hit by the zombie virus. The first outbreaks of the infection in Japan were reported in the island of Kyushu in the cities of Kumamoto, Fukuoka, and Kita-Kyushu. Due to the active spread of the virus in Kita-Kyushu, residents of the island were cut off from the rest of the country and could not be evacuated by land. Bridges were destroyed and guards were stationed along the entire shore north of the city. The artillery conducted intense shelling of the coastline. The hell with this. I'm getting out of here. Later on, the Japanese Navy closed all seaports to prevent spread of the disease. Infected individuals from Kumamoto actively moved into the forest to cultivate a new horde of zombies. Soldiers in Sasebo are on high alert. The city is fortified and all residents are locked in their homes. We have taken preemptive action to activate Mountain Aso to flood the valley with lava, eliminating the first wave of zombies. Due to the eruption of the volcano, extensive fires broke out into the forest in the south of the island. This greatly reduced the zombie population, and partially failed their goal of growing a new horde. To the north of the volcano, zombies were able to grow a new offspring. Some of them headed towards the city of Kurume, where military forces were sent for protection. What the hell is going on here? Hey! Look! Hey! All right, gentlemen. We need to organize defense in this sector. Move it! You two, head up the street for lookout duty. We need to know when the zombie horde arrives.
Commander, do you know what's happening here?
Zombie outbreak. We have been ordered to establish a stronghold and hold out all positions for as long as possible. I recommend you stay with us. A couple of extra hands won't hurt.
Millions of zombies from China are heading towards India through Myanmar. To prevent the infection of 2 billion people living in India, Myanmar, Laos, and Vietnam decide to set up an outpost to cut out the hordes' path and give India time to strengthen its defense.
While the zombies are still few in number, we need to establish an outpost. I suggest clearing the forest in this area and building walls from the materials we can use. While the walls are being built, send advance squad to set up the sandbags and barbed wire. This way we can hold out for some time. We need to build platforms on the trees and make bridges between them. This way the zombies won't be able to reach us. Remember, behind us is Hanoi, where our mothers and children are waiting for us. Make sure zombies will never get there.
Oh god, there's so many of them. I don't think we'll last long.
Give me more ammo!
We're down here. You can retreat behind the walls. Finally.
Attention, everyone! Retreat behind the walls!
Thermite uniform. We're desperately need resupply. We're about to overrun. Have copy.
you think you could get to me? Well, screw you, you damn devils! I got something for you! Take that! Oh, God damn it! We can't stay here. We need to leave. Hey there, on the rock. It's time to go. Run! I'll hold them off!
Zombies have taken over peninsula east of the city of Tunis. Local armed groups have organized checkpoints, which have slowed down the movements of zombies. But it hasn't stopped the virus itself. Signs of infection have started to appear among the residents of Tunis. Taking preventive action, the police have initiated a special operation to eliminate anyone showing symptoms of the disease. However, not everyone was happy with this approach, and armed conflicts broke out among the living.
I think the couscous was not fresh. I feel sick.
Hey, get yourself together. There's something going on there. Hey, you! Stop! You're infected and must be eliminated! What? We are not infected. We just don't feel well. What the hell? What are you doing? To reduce the risk of disease spread, all sick people in the city will be eliminated. But that's absurd. I just got a cold. Then you pose a threat. What the hell? You bastards! People, grab your weapons! Oh no! Behind us! Zombies! Run! Run! Let's get out of the city!
In the chaos, civilians flee to the mountainous forested area in the west, seeking to hide from the punitive squads. Among them are many infected individuals. As a result, the zombie army continues to grow. The forest once again becomes an ideal breeding ground for the new horde, and the living become incubators for their eggs. There are also those who headed towards the Sahara Desert. The vast sands and the low number of people minimize the risk of infection. The desert dwellers responded to the news of the zombies by fortifying their settlements. The endless sands greatly slow down the zombies, allowing them to be shot from the distance. The desert has become one of the few safe places on Earth.
Zombies? How the hell did they manage to come here so fast? Apparently one of the refugees turned on the way. I'll take him down now. There is no need to. Look how slow he is. I think he's feeling hot. Yes, indeed. The heat has slowed him down. Contact the UN. I think this will be useful information for them. We need to send support to them. Get them a vehicle with a machine gun.
Yes. Maybe we should add some armor. No, next time. We don't have time for that now. Malta. The infection of this small state began on the island of Gozo. The infected, fleeing from Italy, maintained their human appearance for a long time, transmitting the virus to the people inhabiting the island. At some point, the situation worsened dramatically, and the infected turned into zombies. Ferry communication with the island was suspended, and the Coast Guard forces quarantined the island. Later, Malta closed off any communication with the outside world, fearing total infection. Meanwhile, an unknown transport plane arrived at the international airport. Unknown aircraft, identify yourself. Unknown aircraft, we inform you that Malta's international airport is closed.
If you land, we will arrest you pending further investigation.
Deploy troops to the runway. Who are you? My dear friend, we came to help you as soon as we learned about your plight. Oh, thank you. We were starting to worry about that no one would help us because of this zombie situation in the world. No, you don't have to worry about anything right now. The situation is completely under our control. So, and what's this? Now, you see, killing zombies is not effective. We need to study the nature of the virus and find a cure. Well, hold on, hey! I'm against doing that on my land. It's dangerous! Well, I strongly recommend you not interfering, otherwise you'll be the first one to collect experimental samples. Have a nice day.
The SCP Foundation forces headed to the island of Camino, setting up headquarters in the Tower of St. Mary. A laboratory of studying the virus was set up in the abandoned isolation hospital. The Foundation's task is to find out why the infection occurred unnoticed. For this purpose, special forces were sent to the island of Gozo to capture experimental specimens.
Scanning.
Port area is cleared. Unload the equipment. Soldiers, divide into teams. A Team A needs to clear the Fort Chambray and set up an operational headquarters there. Team B must reach Kinuna Tower and create an observation post there. That way we will secure our positions in the fort. And the zombies horde will not pass unnoticed. But be careful, the local towns are full of zombies. According to some reports, a mutation with increased intelligence and strength has been observed. Act extremely quietly. Zombies must not realize we're here. Zombies? They're just dumb. Why should we fear them? They say they have collective consciousness, and they're commanded by someone called Alpha, who can direct hordes of zombies wherever needed. Hordes of zombies, my ass. What a load of crap. What's there? What was it? Oh, shh. Oh, I thought I saw a zombie there, and it looked straight in my eyes.
So, what's the sitrep? The city is crawling with infected. Our task is to fortify ourselves at the gas station and wait for the armored group. Hey, look! Stamp on it and ram him. There are more of them. We're almost there. Hey there. You're ready in 5. Clear! Clear! Okay guys, here's the plan. We're located here at the gas station. Units Tango and Charlie are west of our position. The armored group will arrive from the south. ATA is unknown. We need to set up observation posts in these locations. Large clusters of zombies have been spotted in the northwest of the city. For now, they are disorganized and aimlessly wandering the streets. It's quite possible that they might head towards us, so stay sharp. Try to always be on higher ground so the zombies can't reach you. Alright guys, let's get to work. Go, go, go! Jersey, you with the machine gun on the roof. Double time it. Roger that, sir.
The United States continues to pull troops to the Great Wall. More than 500,000 soldiers are already on combat duty. The evacuation of the population is carried out through 3 open checkpoints, in Seattle, Reno, and the Las Vegas area. Concentration camps have been built to filter people, where a 2-week quarantine is maintained, after which people are sent to the central part of the country. Due to the active fighting in the army, there is a shortage of ammunition. To replenish them, ammunition production plants have been built in the states of Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico. After the incident in Area 51, the Las Vegas checkpoint was closed. In a panic, people headed to the border with Mexico.
Let us in! We're in great danger! Get lost, Cabron! We don't give a damn about your problems! Hey, where are you going? Well, they won't let us through the border anyway. But I know a secret passage.
Meanwhile, Mexico has closed the border with the United States, strengthening it with additional defensive structures. The army was mobilized throughout the country and concentrated in the central part. The cartels began to build their impregnable fortresses with a private army. The region was strongly strengthened and local outbreaks of the zombie virus were immediately suppressed. A passenger airliner crashed in the Quintana Roo area. The virus quickly spread to the local forests and the state of Yucatan and Campeche came under the control of hordes of zombies. The Mexican military began moving troops to the Chiapas and Tabasco areas, but thousands of zombies headed south to Guatemala. The few forces of the country were concentrated in the capital. Meanwhile, attempts to contain the virus are continuing in Central California. Sacramento is in danger. A horde of zombies arrived from Santa Rosa and shackled the approaching troops. The National Guard is holding strongholds in the city, but the zombies are getting bigger and bigger. Civilians are leaving the city towards the city of Stockton along the only safe road. Thousands of zombies are approaching the U.S. Army stronghold defending the Road of Life along which the evacuation from Sacramento is taking place. Engineers mined the approaches and created additional lines of defense. Abrams tanks arrived to strengthen the positions, and a Blackhawk helicopter provides air cover.
Well, I guess that's it. Hey, you two, move out.
First squadron in position. Target in sight. Awaiting orders.
The small town of Lafayette has fallen. The quarantine in Richmond failed. The surviving special forces are leaving the city to strengthen their positions in Auckland. The lack of people and the ongoing chaos do not allow for an organized defense. Zombies are advancing from the surrounding forests where they manage to move unnoticed.
Where the hell is our army? Yeah, and we are running out of ammo. So what are we gonna do? Well, I think it's time for us to leave. But where? Hey, I heard there's a National Guard checkpoints in the city, so let's go there. Well, we ain't got no choice. Let's move out. Hey, Harry, what's the sitrep? Just some zombies for the show, sir. That's good. Private, you just set the explosives? Yes, sir. Just need to press this button and everything will blow up. Good. Very good. Hey, I see people.
Hey, look! Huh? Oh, it's the army! We are so glad you're here. What took you so long? Our unit was tasked with setting up the base and waiting for the armored vehicles. Look alive, zombies! Damn it! Take positions in the house. I'll contact HQ. There's so many of you. Crap! Window! Zombies in the house! Damn it! We need to leave now! Private! Get ready to blow this place to hell! Hurry! We're leaving! Now!
Oh crap, the detonator! Oh damn it!
Private, god freaking damn it!
Zombies still move only through forest without going out into the open. Acting preemptively, it was decided to burn the city of Portland to the ground and evacuating all the living to Vancouver.
Philippines, an island nation with a population of 115 million people. Events in China and Vietnam forced the government to take action. International airports in Manila and other cities are closed. External flights are not accepted. Curfew, reinforced military patrols, and checkpoints are implemented to maintain order and identify small groups of infected individuals. The region around the capital is being resettled to reduce population density and the likelihood of uncontrolled and mass infection. Virus-free zones have been established on the islands of Palawan, Cebu, and Masbate. Their elongated shape allowed for the segregation of zones for easier control. People who have passed a thorough screening and 2-week quarantine are placed in these zones. It seemed that the island location of the country would be an advantage in controlling the zombie hordes from the mainland. But
come on, you want some more? I got enough for everyone!
we are losing control!
We need to get out of here! Everyone, retreat to the port!
Hundreds of ships with thousands of refugees from China headed towards the islands. Police and military tried to prevent ships from reaching the islands, but interceptions were not significantly successful. Most of the ships landed on the northwest part of the Luzon Island. The infection spread rapidly, and the military could not hold back the zombies and retreated across the Cagayan River in the east and the base in Baguio City in the south. Mount Sicapu and the surrounding forest were subjected to scorched earth tactics to slow down the advance of the infected and prevent the breeding of zombie eggs in the future.
What? How did this end up here? Oh my god, is that brains? Ah, shit! Help! Ah, what the hell is going on here? What the hell are you doing here? You brought the infection with you! You will kill us all! We must not let them advance further into the island! But there are too many of them! I can tell who is a zombie and who is a human! Prepare fortifications on Cagayan River! We're retreating! Copy that! We need to burn the forest behind us. It will slow them down. Prepare napalm!
A cruise liner crashed in Dazzle Bay. It was later discovered that there were 4,000 people on board who turned into zombies. Due to the tense situation in the north of the island, no one noticed the ship and the infected freely made their way to Angeles, infecting local settlements and annexing the forests of Manleluag Spring National Park. The army received reports of the infected in this region and applied the scorched earth tactic. The island of Luzon is on fire. Forest fires spread rapidly. The wind from the north carried smoke to the south, exacerbating the evacuation and creating major problems for the uninfected people. Despite the flight ban, several passenger liners left Clark International Airport heading to Indonesia and Australia. Whether there were infected on board is unknown. Due to the acrid smoke, people quickly left Ángeles and San Fernando. According to some reports, people are dying from the forest fires and then rising as zombies. This is the first recorded case of a person becoming a zombie without being bitten by another zombie. Eyewitnesses report the formation of zombie hordes heading south. The army is creating defense lines. The first one is along the Pasig River in Manila. The second one is in a narrow bottleneck where forests are being cut down and fortifications are being built. Artillery is deployed on Alabat Island to cover the defenders. During this difficult time, 2 million people volunteered to join the army, strengthening the military forces in the region and allowing more effective resistance against the growing number of zombies. To control the movement of people between islands in the region, the US military fleet has arrived. Several warships has entered Manila Bay to support the defenders.
I cannot breathe. I'm suffocating.
What have we done? Hey, he's still alive! Give him a mask! Friend, hold on. We'll get you out. What? Hey, look! They're rising! How could this happen? Did you check him for injuries? Yes, there were no signs of infection.
Then we have big problems.
The epidemic has spread to Indonesia. Jakarta, as the major logistics hub, has been the first city to be affected. In addition to infected people arriving at local ports and airports, the virus is also spread within the city. Some citizens admitted to city hospitals who died from other causes before turning into zombies. The reason for this is still unknown.
The zombie epidemic has taken over the Philippines, and the island of Luzon has been lost. People are fleeing in panic to neighboring islands, and several airliners are leaving the city of Manila for Indonesia.
Mr. President, I would like to ask you about the current situation regarding the zombie epidemic. No comment at this time. My press secretary will be happy to provide you with all the information you need later.
Mr. President, please follow me. I have sent out a distress signal, and the emergency response team will be here soon.
Come on, let's get moving! Hurry up! The president is stuck at Sokarno-Hatta airport. As far as we know, the plane carrying the infected crashed into the main terminal building. The task is to find the president and escort him to an evacuation point.
Oh no. Have you heard the news?
Outbreaks of the disease have occurred throughout Jakarta. The police are fighting zombies in several areas of the city, but the situation is getting out of hand.
Things are bad. Really bad.
Immediately.
All right, everyone get ready. 5 minutes before arrival.
Make way, please! Let me through! What happened? He has been hit by a car and has multiple fractures. Hurry, to the operating room. Oh no, we're losing him! There's no pulse. Record the time of death. I'm so sorry.
The president is in the main building.
It will not be possible to pass quietly.
Then we'll break through with a fight. Let's go.
Mr. President! Are you okay? Yes. Don't worry. Contact the headquarters immediately. Important information needs to be conveyed. The army should spare no one. This is the only way we can stop this infection.
Where is the emergency?
Zombies! There are zombies everywhere! Send help urgently!
While Andjobe's elite troops landed in the city of Amiens to carry out sabotage in the rear of the zombies, the German army annexed the Maginot Line and deployed guns in the direction of France to guard its border. Thus, it was possible to organize a solid line of defense from Switzerland to Luxembourg. Belgium, under the command of Luxembourg, with the support of the Netherlands and Germany, conducted an active offense to drive the zombies away from the nature reserves and dense forests, thus preventing the growth of the zombie horde. In Italy, the message from the quarantine zone has stopped. French border guards began to notice small groups of zombies in the buffer zone. Austria also reports zombies near its borders. From that moment on, the north of Italy is considered lost. Due to supply problems and risk of being surrounded, the troops on the Arno River are forced to surrender their positions and retreat to the fortress of San Marino. San Marino and Rome, with the support of the Vatican, are still on the defense, but for how long?
The Allied armies are advancing through Belgium. The Belgian and Dutch troops were able to dislodge the horde from the border reserves, but were severely depleted and scattered in the forests. An elite unit consisting of Luxembourg, Germany and Poland will advance to the city of Metz. A blow to the flank of the horde should reduce the tension on the Maginot Line. In the vicinity of Verdun, a battle called the Verdun Meat Grinder began. The units of the French troops were in the deep rear of the zombie horde and were surrounded. NATO military aviation was sent from the Ramstein military base to support the defenders. The advanced German units advanced to the breakthrough and advanced quite easily, reaching almost Verdun, but they fell into a trap and 12,000 people out of 20,000 groups of the German army were destroyed. The situation is stalemate, failure is already close.
In Europe, Poland has become a new hotbed of infection. There are reports of zombie attacks everywhere in the city of Gdansk. The local government could not take action quickly, and all 750,000 people living there joined the ranks of zombies. Gdynia became the next fallen city. In the west, the forest area has turned into a pasture for growing eggs and creating a new hordes of zombies. Heavy weapons were sent from NATO military bases to deter and eliminate the threat. At the request of Poland, the Russian Baltic Fleet began a massive artillery bombardment of coastal cities, which to some extent helped to contain the infection.
But it did not stop the spread of the virus. More and more territories were infected. Russia, fearing to lose a strategic city, is restoring old outposts located around Kaliningrad. 200,000 people have been mobilized and sent to fortifications along the Prigolia River. The infection of the Balkan Peninsula began here in Croatia. The virus was brought by infected UN fighters after an unsuccessful landing in Italy. Despite the efforts of the authorities, the city of Split and the coastline to the north were infected with zombies. troops are fortified in the Chronopak Mountains by erecting defensive structures.
Have you provided the command with the intel yet? Affirmative. That's good. We're almost there. Commander, get ready. We'll arrive soon. Commander? Oh no!
Meanwhile, Slovenian border guards hear the sounds of active fighting somewhere deep in Italian territory. There were no signs of life along the entire border from Italy. The whole area was covered with thick fog, so it was not possible to conduct reconnaissance by air. It was decided to send a mobile group to investigate.
Like some Silent Hill shit. Quiet. Stay alert.
Hey, look over there! Move forward, quickly!
How did you... We thought there were no survivors left in Italy. We held them off as long as we could. There are hundreds of thousands of them there. Fortify the border. Be prepared to take the hit. Well, come with us. No, I'm infected. Just give me some ammo and I'll try to cover you. Here you go, my friend. Thank you. And now, go! Go, now!
Holy crap! What is going on there?
Maybe we should, help them?
I think I have an idea. So here's the plan. The hordes are currently heading north and south, and we need to lure them towards us, to the east. And as they advance through our territory, they will trigger hundreds of thousands of mines left from the old wars. And then, together with Croatia and Montenegro, we will launch a counterattack and completely clear the territory. That's a brilliant plan, my friend. Well, of course, I came up with it myself.
Yeah, but there's a small hiccup. How do we lure zombies?
This idea was completely crazy, but holy crap, it works!
hundreds of thousands of zombies are heading towards Austria and Slovenia. Engineering troops began to erect defensive structures in the Canaan mountain range. The Slovenian army of 7,000 people was sent to strengthen the border. Here the Slovenian troops, having overcome the quarantine barriers of Italy, occupied the city, having equipped the defense along the Socha River. Austria, following the example of Switzerland, has firmly established itself in the Alps, gradually transferring the entire civilian population to the mountains. Fearing the advance of zombies from Poland, the capital of Austria was moved from Vienna to the mountain city of Innsbruck. The northern part of Austria becomes deserted. Thus, the Alpine mountain range turned into an impassable chain of mountains and fortifications.
Stop the zombies in Croatia and allow the horde to break through Slovenia, the entire Balkan peninsula will be in danger. By combining our armies, we can definitely defend the entire mountain range.
Listen, I don't care about your problems, alright? I have hundreds of bunkers. I'll just hide there. Bye-bye.
I think I'll join Albania.
I'm ready to send my army to strengthen the northern border of Slovakia to prevent the breakthrough of zombies from Poland.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And in my turn, I'll send my army to help Bosnia implement its plan and subsequently launch an offensive on the infected territories in Croatia. Romania, what about you?
I believe the zombies pose no threat to us because in ancient times my grandfather Dracula defeated them.
I think legends have no place here.
It's all true! Fight however you want. I have my own plans for this matter.
The zombie apocalypse is exactly what the events taking place in the world are called. Although Russia has not yet come face to face with this threat, but there are already reports of infected people in the Far East and the Kaliningrad region. While NATO troops are fighting in Poland, numerous forces of so-called horde are approaching the city of Kaliningrad.
Well, soldiers, the situation is tense. Our task is to hold the city until the main forces arrive. Thanks to the border troops, we have managed to gain some time. Engineers have almost finished erecting fortifications along the main line of defense near the river. Bastions in the south of the city has also been restored, and it is planned to repel the main zombie attack there. The Baltic fleet will provide artillery support from the Gulf. The border troops should be withdrawn to the fortified bastion. As far as we know, Poland is preparing a mobile group for the flank attack. By that time, we will have the support of the regular army and will be able to launch a counterattack.
закончили с укреплениями.
Давайте живее.
They thought they were fighting the virus, but the virus is just a tool.
The world will never be the same!
Hey you, subscribe to the channel. And yet, our army has been replenished with legendary plush fighters. Italian Mafia, American Sniper and Wild Germany are ready to fight on your side. Choose your favorite, add to the cart and join the ranks of the Andjobe team. Follow the link in the description. Your new plush ally is already waiting. Show everyone that you are part of the cool movement.
By the end of 2024, the zombie epidemic had spread across the entire world. Italy became the first nation to completely fall to the virus, but not everyone on this land perished. The fortress of San Marino continues to resist. Thanks to the complex terrain, many civilians and military personnel managed to survive and hold out for some time.
HQ? HQ, come in. Can anyone hear me?
Is there any contact with the outside world? No, sir. Maybe the world is gone and we're the last ones? I really hope not. Sir, here's the sit rep for the past week. The people are dying of hunger. Damn it. We're gonna die here soon. And hiding won't work. We won't survive this siege. We need to leave. But how and where? There's a port in Rimini. We head there and take the ships to Croatia. And what guarantees that zombies won't be waiting for us there? Do you have a better idea? Mission. Gather all the weapons we have, equip the forward assault group with the armor, and then... Well, hold on. Did you hear that? And what's that now? You took my land from me. You took my people from me. You came into my home and did it without respect. You owe me for this.
The missiles are already flying. We gotta get out of here.
See you in hell, you damn bastard.
Take that! Ha! Did you think you could get to me? Well, screw you, you damn devils! I got something for you!
A killer drone has sent us information from Italy. There's nothing left there. San Marino has practically fallen and there's nothing left to save. Vast territories are covered with zombie plantations. Massive hordes of zombies pose a threat to Slovenia, Austria, Switzerland, and France. I insist on immediately launching a nuclear strike to burn out this plague. I told you right away, that's the way to go. Well, all right, we need to vote. So, by unanimous decision to contain the spread of the zombie and control the zombie population, the UN approves nuclear strikes on Italian territory. That's it. This is the end. Italy became the starting point of the zombie virus infection in Europe. No one was prepared for this kind of threat. The country perished, but the people survived. People who, in the future, will be able to restore life to these dead lands. Let us rise from the ashes.
Turkey has suffered from a zombie epidemic. Antalya, which was once a paradise in Turkey, has now turned into hell. Civilians are fleeing the city. The army is trying to contain the onslaught, but the number of infected is growing by the minute. The military has set up roadblocks, but the zombie virus has already spread beyond the quarantine zone.
We're done. Sector B is ready for defense. Do you see that? People that... There are people over there! Remember, we have orders. We don't have time to figure out who's who.
Attention! You're entering the quarantine zone. Turn around and leave, or we will open fire.
What's the point? We could save a lot of lives. This is an unjustified risk. Look at other countries. Many who tried to evacuate failed. In our case, people will leave after hearing the warning, but the zombies will still come after us. That's when we will fight them. But where they will go? There are zombies everywhere. Death will be waiting around every corner. Yes, the methods aren't humane, but this way we can save our strength for fighting and clearing out territory of zombies. Now the strongest survive. Zombies! From the northwest! Large number of them!
Bayraktar is ready to launch.
By pulling up reserves, the Turkish army managed to suppress the outbreak in the central part of the country. But there were not enough forces to contain it in the eastern direction, and the zombies advanced further. The Black Sea coast was infected due to the crash of a cruise ship after a storm. Police and special forces units have concentrated their forces on the defense of Istanbul and the capital Ankara. Reserve troops were sent to the west to exclude the encirclement of the defending troops. An earthquake occurred in the depths of the Black Sea, causing a massive tsunami. The infected cruise ship was swept away by a wave, and all those on board were carried to the shores of Crimea and Turkey.
Hey you! Wake up! We have zombies here!
Where the hell did they come from? I'm empty.
Didn't expect me, boys.
How did you end up here?
I was gonna invite you over for some potatoes, but then I saw you couldn't handle things here without my help.
Through joint efforts, Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine were able to prevent the infection of the Crimean Peninsula. Some of the troops, after regrouping, were sent to assist in clearing the northern coast of Turkey.
Two kebabs, please. There's a difficult fight ahead. I don't want to be hungry.
Disco-Panzer. Ja, das ist mein Disco-Panzer mit einer 40.000 Kilowatt Basskanonen. In 20 Tonnen Panzerstahl rollen mitten durch die Umweltzone. In der rechten Hand ein Humpen Bier, in der linken Hand ein Bajonett. Und passt der Panzerfahrer nicht auf, zermatscht er dich zu Zwiebelnett. Musik im Panzer, das ist gut. Bier im Panzer, wunderbar. 300 PS, das ist gut. Perfekt, nicht bald was wunderbar. Musik im Panzer, das ist gut. Bier im Panzer, wunderbar. 300 PS, das ist gut. Disco-Panzer. 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 Strong. Слышит наш район. Disco-Panzer. Disco-Panzer. Disco-Panzer.
Excavations and the study of rock carvings dated 10,000 BC indicate that the zombie virus has been on Earth for a very long time. Madness, cannibalism, blood sacrifices, and crucially, how our ancestors fought back, fire and extreme cold. It seems that the virus is of natural origin and emerged as a defense mechanism. But against what? After all, only humans are susceptible to infection. The next recorded outbreak takes us to ancient Sparta. Legends suggest that the 300 Spartans didn't just battle Persians. They also fought endless hordes of the undead, creatures that were once human. Yet, why are there no surviving records? As if someone purged all evidence deliberately. One thing is clear. The Spartans found a way to suppress the virus. But how? The threat has returned today, and the cause is human interference. In 2021, the clandestine SCP organization and global elites faced a critical problem: overpopulation. The planet could no longer sustain its growing numbers. That was when the Foundation proposed a radical solution: a zombie virus. The virus's genome had been discovered 50 years earlier in the ice of Greenland and sent for research to Wuhan, China. In 2022, the Foundation intentionally leaked the virus to execute its population control plan. The idea was simple: let natural selection decide who deserves to survive. The Foundation's director, Dr. Who, knew modern armies would quickly wipe out the infected. So, he began his experiments, accelerated the virus's evolution, making it resistant to antibiotics and weapons, added egg-based reproduction, spawning mutated monsters and exponentially increasing the zombie horde. The virus also possesses hive intelligence, allowing it to coordinate the infected through Zombie Alpha, a central command entity. The unpredictable results of these experiments led to horrific consequences in Area 51. A new breed of zombies emerged, unnaturally strong, nearly impervious to bullets. The US government had no choice but to obliterate the base with a tactical nuke. But it was already too late. Now, the virus cannot be stopped. It mutates, adapts, learns. It has even developed the ability to preserve fragments of its victims' memories, reviving their most common skills, especially the use of firearms.
Taiwan has been attacked by zombies from the mainland. The western coastal zone has been declared a high-risk zone. Army units are drawn up to the coastline. In the regions of Hsinchu, Taichung, and Tainan, it was possible to gain a foothold and build fortifications. In Xinbei and Kaohsiung, the situation is out of control. Police and special forces are taking survivors to the mountains. In Kaohsiung, special services suffer heavy losses. Infections occur throughout the city. Combat-ready units have been ordered to regroup and retreat in order beyond the Goping River. 2 groups of police officers are surrounded. They managed to unite with the fight. Breaking through, they were joined by armed civilians. A SWAT team holding the airport has been sent to help. Checkpoints 1 and 3 are lost. The police retreated behind the bridges, creating impassable barricades on them.
Hey you, subscribe to the channel. And yet, our army has been replenished with legendary plush fighters. Italian Mafia, American Sniper, and Wild Germany are ready to fight on your side. Choose your favorite, add to the cart, and join the ranks of the Andjobe team. Follow the link in the description. Your new plush ally is already waiting. Show everyone that you are part of the cool movement. Zombies! From the northwest! Large number of them!
Oh, shit.
Here we go again.
The Vietnamese coalition successfully repelled the first wave of zombies, but lost frontline positions. The remaining troops retreated to a safe location to regroup and recover in order to prepare for a new attack. What's up?
All traps are used up. The mines have done their job. There are corpses everywhere, and the positions in the trees are no longer safe.
Okay, we have time before the next wave of zombies. Take a break for now.
What are you doing?
I will perform a ritual of protection, and no one will defeat us.
Okay. Well, friends, if we all become zombies tomorrow, let's at least eat like humans today.
The main thing is to prevent them from eating our rice. It's okay to die, but to die hungry is too much.
Seriously, if I turn into a zombie, shoot me without delay.
Coming! Everyone to arms! Take up positions!
I urge you go play me. Do
forget the grenades.
What the hell? Is it raining again?
Man, Mauju, oh yeah. Oh, I chose the wrong spell.
Everyone move away! They're already inside! This shit doesn't work! Take up arms already!
I just picked the wrong spell. Yeah, like Rick Grimes.
India. Population 1.5 billion. The first outbreaks emerged in densely populated cities: Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, and Chennai. Anticipating disaster, the government swiftly quarantined slum areas, knowing that overcrowding and a fragile healthcare system would lead to uncontrollable viral spread.
What is it? Our army has been replenished with legendary plush fighters.
Oh, looks interesting.
It's time for you to go. Follow the link in the description.
What do you have here? Commander, this is not an advantageous position. We need to leave while we can. Sir? Sir?
What is it?
Fuel is running out. Without fuel, armored vehicles are useless.
Damn. Where's the supply?
With logistics and transportation networks collapsing, the military, starved of fuel, was forced to bury heavy armor at key defensive positions, turning them into fortified strongholds. With support from the Vietnamese coalition, India completed the Great Eastern Wall, a 1,000-kilometer barrier of concrete, razor wire, minefields, and gun emplacements. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers, backed by automated weapons and artillery, now hold the line against the relentless tide of hundreds of millions of zombies advancing from China.
We need to distribute weapons to people. But it will cause anarchy, a wave of violence and looting. I agree with the Minister of Defense. In quarantine zones, people have to protect themselves. In the end, it will be easier to negotiate with armed people than with millions of zombies. In addition, there is a plan B. If the quarantine zones reach an infection rate of more than 90%, we will wipe them off the face of the earth. Well, the situation is certainly extremely difficult. The Himalayan fortifications are designed for a maximum of 5 million people, and our army is not strong enough to protect everyone. We'll have to give people the opportunity to take care of themselves on their own. It is necessary to distribute weapons from warehouses and, perhaps, even release prisoners. Let them maintain order in these conditions.